An ordinary house cat accomplishes an extraordinary feat, rescuing all the puppies from the neighbor's ferocious dog. But when the owners uncover the true reason behind her heroic actions, they are left in complete disbelief. Bella was far more than just an average cat. The answer will keep you glued to the screen. Before continuing the story, tell me which city you're watching from. I want to know how far this video has come. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so I can send you exciting stories like this every day. No more waiting, the story begins right now. Her caramel-colored fur and sparkling emerald eyes made her impossible to overlook. Yet it wasn't only her appearance that made her special. Bella possessed a maternal instinct that went far beyond typical feline behavior. The Anderson household, comprising Emily, David, and their child Ava, offered Bella a home when she was but a kitten. They discovered her shivering with cold and fright, nestling in a cardboard box near a local market in Portland. Ava, a little girl of merely 8 years of age then, was immediately smitten with the small kitten and pleaded with her parents to adopt her. The initial weeks in her new residence were tough for Bella. She sought refuge under the bed, only venturing out after dark for sustenance. Ava demonstrated tremendous patience, spending countless hours on the floor adjacent to the bed, gently coaxing the kitten. Ultimately, Bella began to trust her newfound family. As Bella aged, her personality continued to blossom, proving to be an impressively intelligent, inquisitive cat. Bella soon mastered the art of unlatching doors, toggling light switches, and even delivering Ava's school backpack during the mornings. Over time, Bella exhibited remarkable compassion towards other creatures. When Ava once arrived home with a wounded bird, Bella instantly assumed the role of its caregiver. She spent innumerable hours by the box that housed the bird, vigilantly guarding it and even attempting to nourish it. Owing to Bella's nurturing, the bird recuperated and managed to regain flight. One day, during a raging storm, a nest of baby squirrels tumbled into the Andersons' yard. Unfazed by the pouring rain, Bella dashed into the downpour and carefully carried each squirrel to the shelter of the porch. She kept them warm and safe through the stormy night until the rain finally stopped, allowing their mother to return. Bella established herself as a true gem of the locality. Residents frequently dropped by the Andersons' home to appreciate the exceptional cat. Kids loved interacting with her, and the feeling appeared reciprocal. One day, Emily observed Bella exhibiting peculiar behavior. The cat frequently perched by the window, staring forlornly into the horizon. Her appetite dwindled, and she seemed sullen. Concerned, the Andersons decided to consult a vet. The vet unlocked the mystery. Bella was with kittens. This revelation invoked a tidal wave of emotions in the family. Ava was enthusiastic about the idea of little kittens. Emily fretted over Bella's well-being, whereas David was already deciding how they would cater to their new companions. The following week was filled with preparations for the arrival of the kittens. Ava created a cozy nest using old bedding and cushions. David gathered special nutrients for pregnant cats, while Emily diligently monitored Bella's well-being. Then the birthing day arrived. Nestled in a corner of the shed, Bella released the humans of their assistance. The family keenly awaited word, catching intermittent mellow purrs from the shed. After a few hours, Bella shambled out, appearing fatigued yet Ava-full. But to the Andersons' astonishment, she had no kittens trailing her. David gingerly peeked into the snug Bella had fashioned for herself, and his spirits plummeted at the sight. 3 tiny kittens lay lifeless. They were stillborn. The veterinarian, who was summoned at once, explained that this occurrence is not unheard of, particularly in juvenile cats. Bella was inconsolable. She would not abandon her nest, perpetually licking and attempting to warm her kittens. The Andersons were unsure of how to alleviate their cherished pet's sorrow. They attempted distraction with toys and delicacies, but Bella was apathetic to their efforts. A week passed, and Bella finally emerged from her hiding spot, but she no longer had the energy the Andersons remembered. She became quiet and withdrawn. For hours, she would sit by the window, staring blankly into the distance. Ava attempted to engage her in play, but to no avail. Emily and David were increasingly distressed about Bella's well-being. They sought counsel from the vet, endeavoring to find methods to help the cat surmount her somber mood. Ava even began vocalizing to Bella in hopes that her voice might pacify the troubled feline. Then on a sweltering summer day, everything altered. While playing in the yard, Ava caught an odd sound from beyond the fence. Moving closer, she spotted Bella carrying a puppy in her mouth, a minuscule, whimpering, black puppy. Ava was taken aback. Calling her folks, all the Andersons soon looked on in shock as Bella delicately settled the puppy on the turf, nuzzling it as if it were her kitten. The Andersons were at a loss as to the origins of the puppy and the best course of action. David suggested bringing it home, contacting the authorities, or taking it to an animal care center, but Emily was reluctant. Observing the way Bella was caring for the puppy, she was unwilling to separate the two. While the grown folks debated, Ava fetched an aged basket and a gentle comforter from their dwelling. She delicately positioned the pup within the basket, and immediately Bella hopped in, cozily settling down next to the tiny creature. At the sight of this tender act, Emily and David were moved and opted to have the pup stay momentarily. The following days were filled with activity and anticipation. The Andersons put up flyers around the neighborhood about the newly found puppy, but no one responded. Meanwhile, Bella's devoted care for the little one was remarkable. She stayed by his side, gently licking him and keeping him warm with her body. Ava was taken aback to observe that Bella had begun nursing the puppy. Despite their interspecies variance, Bella's milk surprisingly suited the puppy. The family vet, consulted by the Andersons, was astounded by this uncommon occurrence and remarked that such instances, although very infrequent, were indeed plausible. Bella fed the little one every 2 hours, even waking up in the wee hours of the night, demonstrating genuine maternal devotion. On the third morning, following their first pup surprise, Bella vanished once again. The Andersons didn't give it a second thought, presuming the cat had taken a leisurely wander. However, upon her return, she held yet another pup in her mouth. This newcomer was marginally larger compared to the first, flaunting the same dark fur. Bella led him right to the basket containing the first pup and commenced their care with parallel gentleness. Now the Andersons were completely puzzled. Where was Bella finding these puppies and why was she bringing them home? David began to suspect that a nearby dog had recently given birth and, for some unknown reason, wasn't caring for her pups. Emily thought about asking the neighbors if any dogs had recently had puppies, but before they could investigate, Bella delivered a third puppy, then a fourth and a fifth. Sorry for the interruption. Before we continue with the story, I kindly ask you to like the video and subscribe to this channel. It is very important for us. Thank you very much. By week's end, their dwelling was now a sanctuary to 5 tiny, dark-furred puppies, all under Bella's vigilant supervision. Bella showcased exceptional resourcefulness in the care of her unusual brood. But despite her unceasing efforts to feed all 5 pups, her milk couldn't adequately nourish them. Recognizing this reality, Ava started feeding the pups a nutritious blend from a bottle. It was as if Bella comprehended the need for supplemental feeding and patiently lingered for Ava to nourish each pup. Afterwards, she delicately licked their faces as if finalizing the process. Word of Bella's foster parenting quickly reached every corner of the neighborhood. Neighbors began to notice this marvel of nature. Some praised Bella, naming her a champion, while others displayed apprehension and suspicion. Mrs. Johnson, a senior woman who lived opposite, professed she had seen Bella skulking about late in the evening with a dubious expression. She started spreading conjectures that the cat was swiping puppies from disenfranchised canines. In contrast, Mr. Smith, the proprietor of the Baker's Delight in Portland, was captivated by Bella. He would bring fresh bread for the Andersons and the puppies every day, believing that such a remarkable family deserved a unique delicacy. Kids from adjacent residences continually requested to visit to see the unconventional family. Ava boasted to them about how excellently Bella looked after the puppies, narrating each baby's story as if they were her brothers or sisters. Still, not all was going well. Caring for 5 puppies and a cat quickly became overwhelming for the Andersons. The cost of food and vet bills kept increasing, and their home was constantly in chaos. David and Emily started to disagree on what to do next. Strains grew not just in the Anderson household, but also in the entire neighborhood. Some neighbors began discussing the need for animal control services. They feared Bella could pose a threat if she were genuinely swiping puppies from other dogs. David began to feel they were under constant observation. From their back property, he could see neighbors gossiping and pointing at their windows. He even noticed a man with a camera snapping photos of their home from his car once. Emily was nearing mental exhaustion. She adored Bella and the puppies, but the incessant scrutiny and criticism from the neighbors began to take a toll. She developed an apprehension of exiting the home, feeling the disapproving stares. Witnessing her parents' torment, Ava resolved to intervene. She embarked on her investigation, aiming to establish where Bella was sourcing the puppies. The girl spent hours by the window, observing the cat, hoping to trail her on the next excursion. Meanwhile, Bella seemed completely unaware of the chaos around her. She continued to care for the puppies with love, playing with them and displaying her feline instincts. It was astonishing to see the puppies trying to imitate cat movements as Bella demonstrated grooming with her paw. One evening, when the strain had risen to its maximum, the Andersons' door was knocked on. A law enforcement officer was standing at the threshold of the house, joined by a few worried neighbors. He declared that he wanted to discuss Bella and the puppies. The Andersons welcomed the officer into their residence, their hearts thumping in fear and apprehension, uncertain of how this unwelcome visit would conclude. However, they resolved to defend Bella and her extraordinary household till the end. The officer made his way into the living room, where Bella was resting in a spacious basket, enclosing 5 puppies. Upon viewing this, even the usually severe law enforcement officer was unable to contain his astonishment. He scrutinized Bella and the puppies thoroughly, inquiring about their origins from the Andersons. The family recounted everything they knew, including Bella's one-by-one rescue mission. At that moment, Ava, who had remained silent until then, stepped forward. She shared her observations of Bella and how the cat frequently wandered toward the old house on the outskirts of Portland. Intrigued, the officer decided to investigate the lead. Accompanied by David, they left for the old house, leaving Emily and Ava behind to care for Bella and the puppies. Upon their return an hour later, their faces were etched with grave expressions. They had discovered an ailing stray mother dog in the forsaken house who had recently given birth. She was too weak and ill to tend to her young ones. Thus, everything started to make sense. Bella, driven by her maternal instinct, was not abducting the puppies but rescuing them from looming mortal danger. She had been homing them one at a time, understanding it was impractical to move them all simultaneously. Word of the cat's heroic act of saving the orphan puppies quickly swept through the town, melting everyone's hearts. The locals' perspective toward the Andersons and Bella underwent a dramatic paradigm shift, and everyone sought ways to lend a helping hand. The kind-hearted local vet offered to treat the mother dog for free, while Bella continued to nurture the puppies. The Andersons watched in amazement as their beloved cat lovingly cared for her foster pups. Bella's remarkable story spread online, capturing widespread attention. Internet users praised her compassion and selflessness. As the mother dog recovered and got ready to reunite with her young ones, everyone waited to see Bella's reaction. But the feline exhibited remarkable wisdom by permitting the biological mother to bond with her puppies, while Bella assumed the role of a loving guardian, staying close to them for most of the time. This narrative not only transformed the existence of Bella and the little pups, but also impacted the entire community. People started treating each other with more kindness and provided help to their neighbors more frequently. This story is more than just an incredible tale of bravery or a display of unconditional love for animals. It's a testament to the incredible power of maternal instincts and the ability to overcome any barrier, whether it's species or societal norms. In a world full of challenges and darkness, this story shines a light, reminding us that love and compassion can grow in the most unexpected places, in the most extraordinary circumstances. If this heartwarming story touched you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and follow our channel for more inspiring and emotional videos. Share this story with your friends and family so they too can feel the magic of kindness. Thank you for taking the time to watch. We'll always bring you stories that inspire and valuable life lessons. Be sure to follow us and click the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos.